Hi everybody, it's Richard here again and welcome to another video. Now a couple of weeks ago I did a video on what I thought was the best live album ever. So I thought I would follow that one up with 5 live albums from artists I really do like. Some of them are my top artists, but I think these live albums are not very good at all. There is a +1 on the title and I'll explain that. Basically there's an extra album I'm going to show which is the worst of the worst. Although it's not technically a live album, it's sort of perceived as a live album, or it's been worked on to make it sound as if it's a live album, but we'll come to that at the very end. So 5 albums why I don't think are good and the reasons. Okay, we'll start off with the first one, and it is Tin Machine Live Ove Baby from 1993, and this is the only Tin Machine official live album. It's a single disc and it's got about 8 songs off it. They're all Tin Machine songs, so there's no Bowie tracks at all in here, solo stuff. And it features Stateside for about 7.5 minutes, and Stateside is an absolutely awful song. It also has Heavens in Here, which is a decent song on Tin Machine 1, and I always thought it was a bit long on Tin Machine 1 at 6 minutes. This now goes on for 12 minutes and it's such a dirge, and Bowie's voice is not great at all, and it's never appealed to me. The only decent version on here is Goodbye Mr. Ed. The rest I can forget about. I don't have this on vinyl. It's the only real Bowie official release I don't have on vinyl. Is it very expensive on vinyl? Would I buy it? I would if it was very, very cheap just for the collection, but I'm not worrying about it. So Tin Machine Live Ove Baby I think is kind of sucks actually. So that's the first one. Second one, and it's Queen plus Paul Rodgers, Return of the Champions, and I think the title Queen plus Paul Rodgers says it all actually. um, yeah, Queen are playing well, they're not too bad, but I can't have Paul Rodgers singing Freddie Mercury tracks, I really can't. And I don't like that other guy either, Adam Lambert. So there's nothing off here that I enjoy. Why did I buy it? Because I think it was about £1, and it wasn't that long after the release it was reduced. So it's for the collection, but it never gets played. It has been played about 1 or 2 times. Never liked it. So Queen plus Paul Rodgers, Return of the Champions. Why didn't the two guys, Brian and Roger, just let it be? I wish they had have. I honestly do think they're destroying their legacy with him first of all, and then Adam Lambert. But that's just me. So that's the second one. Third one, and this might be a surprise because this was very successful, and it's ELO Wembley or Bus, or Jeff Lynne's ELO Wembley or Bus. And this is actually a triple album, 6 sides of music, a very, very good set list actually. But there's 2 reasons I am not keen on this at all. One, I think Jeff Lynne's performances are very flat. The vocals are very flat and it's very uninspired. Now it's nice to see things like Candle with Care being played, Last Train to London, and various other classics from the 70s. Not much from the 1980s, however, which is a shame. But the main reason I put this very low on my list when it comes to live albums is because there is a gap between every single song. So each song fades out to silence and then fades back into the next song, and it destroys the live experience. So it's basically a compilation of live songs, and no, I've never liked it. I never liked the way David Bowie did it with a stage, although I think it was Tony Visconti that did that. But that's been rectified in recent reissues whenever the live sound has been reinstated, and in fact the song order was put in the correct order. So the stage is now a very, very good album, but the original one isn't. However, this one I just find extremely boring, and this only came out actually a few years after Electric Light Orchestra Live, before the Jeff Lynne bit, and it's a much better album. I think it's only a double disc, but it's better than this. So ELO's Wembley or Bust, or Jeff Lynne's ELO Wembley or Bust gets my choice. This next one here is Slade Alive Volume 2, and this has got a really good set list. It really has, from 1978. But whenever you play this, you think you're just listening to the studio recordings. I think they must have really worked on this in the studio, because they sound too much like the original. So they do. So it sort of makes you think, hold on a minute, something happening to these. And there is an awful lot of crowd noises as well. So a huge amount of crowd applause. Whereas this is 1978 and Slade could hardly fill a barnyard at that time. So I don't know, there's something fishy about this album. Although some of the songs are quite good, and it's nice to see things like My Baby Left Me, which sounds too much like the single. I think it is a single just stuck on there with some noises on top of it. And Burning in the Heat of Love is another one. So there's something odd about this, and whenever Slade released their box set, was it about 2 years ago, of all the live performances, this one wasn't on it. And so maybe that tells you all, but Slade Alive Volume 2 is not very good. Okay, so the last one before I show the bonus one, and it's TRex in concert, and this came out in 1981 or 1980, I think it's 81, and I was so looking forward to getting this because it was the first TRex live album, and whenever you play it, it's almost unlistenable. The recording of it is so bad. The separation, the stereo separation, it goes bang, bang, bang from right to left, right to left, right to left. It would give you a headache, and it's just a poor performance as well, and poorly recorded. There's nothing off here that I really do like. The only song is Spaceball Ricochet is interesting, because Mark scolds some guy for getting on the stage and blah blah blah, and then they go into 1 Inch Rock. Put it this way, whenever he starts playing a song, it takes you a while to realise what it is. It's not very recognisable, so this is a bit of a disaster of an album, and it's probably, of the official live albums, the worst in my collection. Now the other one I'm going to show is this here. It's another Mark Bolan one, and it's Acoustic Warrior. Now this is an embarrassment of an album, and this sort of came out in the mid-90s, around the time of your Unplugs and all the rest of it. So what they did is they took some songs from various sources. So there's some studio songs, they added acoustic guitar from whoever, got session musicians in, and then put on this fake applause. And it is so fake, it's unbelievable. I remember buying this and sticking it in the car whenever I bought it to drive home, and I couldn't listen to it at all. And even songs, there's one called I think Seagull Woman's on this. Yeah, and Seagull Woman is one of the least known Mark Bolan songs. It's on the Brown album, and whenever he plays the first bar of it, the crowd go absolutely wild, as if, oh my god, this is such a classic. Nobody had ever heard of that song really, apart from big T-Rex fans. And 20th Century Boy, I think, is the single version, with the electric instruments taken off and put, so somebody's strumming away on an acoustic guitar. And Get It On and Telegram Sam. Get It On turns into a bluesy acoustic number, and Telegram Sam's pretty rubbish as well. It's all poor, it's not good at all. I believe Metal Guru might be the demo from 1972, and I don't think they did much with that. So it's different sources of material. It's not normalised, if you see what I mean, with all the same sound levels. It's just a disaster, and it was reissued with a different cover a few years later. But this is terrible. Acoustic Warrior, not technically a live album, but if we're going to call it live albums, this is the worst. Okay, that's me for now. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope to have another video quite soon. All the best now. Bye bye.